The Age of Engineered Abundance, a New Economic Paradigm. Introduction. Humanity stands on the precipice of a transformative era, one that promises to redefine our understanding of wealth, labor, and societal structures. We are transitioning from an age characterized by artificial scarcity to one defined by engineered abundance. This evolution signifies not just a new economic cycle but a profound shift in how we conceive our roles within society and the very nature of prosperity. Central to this narrative is the role of artificial general intelligence (AGI), resource optimization, and decentralized systems that promise universal access to wealth and fulfillment. The promise of abundance. Unprecedented wealth creation. Proponents of this new paradigm such as Julia McCoy assert that we are witnessing the dawn of a $100+ trillion wealth creation era. This wealth is not aimed solely at the elite, rather, it is envisioned to flow to all members of society. The mechanisms of traditional wealth accumulation, where resources are hoarded by a few, are being challenged. Instead, the focus shifts to a more equitable distribution of resources enabled by technology and innovative economic models. Automation of labor. At the core of this transformation is the automation of all forms of labor through AGI. Cognitive tasks which once required human intelligence and creativity will increasingly be handled by advanced AI systems. Concurrently, robots will take over physical labor, freeing individuals from traditional job structures. This shift will necessitate a radical rethinking of societal roles. As the concept of work evolves into something far more aligned with personal fulfillment and emotional intelligence rather than mere economic necessity. Energy and resource management. Another critical aspect of this new age is the anticipated abundance of energy. As technological advancements lead to the development of virtually limitless energy sources, the barriers to resource optimization will dissolve. This transition will be supported by decentralized systems that allow for equitable distribution of resources, thus ensuring that everyone can access the means necessary for a prosperous life. A cultural shift in mindset. Rethinking employment. As we move into this new era, it is essential to shift our thinking away from traditional notions of jobs and outdated skills. Instead, we are encouraged to focus on what fulfillment, rest, and emotional well-being look like in our daily lives. This cultural shift emphasizes the importance of human connectivity and emotional intelligence as foundational skills for thriving in a landscape where machines handle the bulk of cognitive and physical labor. Universal prosperity. The vision of universal prosperity suggests a world where economic success is not a zero-sum game. Instead of competing for limited resources, individuals will collaborate and innovate, enhancing collective well-being. This new mindset invites us to envision a society where success is measured not by individual wealth but by the overall quality of life for all. The transition timeline. Julia McCoy hints that a pivotal moment in this transformation is approaching in Q1 2025. This period is expected to be marked by the deployment of advanced automation technologies such as agent swarms and OpenAI systems, which will catalyze a significant shift in work and economic structures. This automation cliff signifies a sharp decline in traditional employment models, pushing society to adapt to new frameworks that prioritize human well-being and emotional intelligence. Conclusion. The age of artificial scarcity is drawing to a close, and we find ourselves at the beginning of a remarkable journey towards engineered abundance. This transition is not merely a technological shift, it is a cultural revolution that invites us to rethink our values, relationships, and definitions of success. As we embrace this new paradigm, we must collectively release our attachment to outdated systems and strive to create superior alternatives that prioritize inclusivity and shared prosperity. The future is not just bright, it is ripe with opportunities for growth, connection, and fulfillment for everyone. As we stand at this pivotal moment in history, we are reminded that we are not too late, we are right on time. The narrative presented emphasizes a profound and transformative shift in the socio-economic landscape, indicating that we are on the verge of a new era characterized by engineered abundance as opposed to the previously dominant paradigm of artificial scarcity. The key assertions include: 1. Unprecedented wealth creation. The claim of $100+ trillion in potential wealth creation signals a monumental change. This figure is staggering and challenges our traditional understanding of economic growth, suggesting a shift from a zero-sum mentality where wealth is a finite resource to one where wealth can be generated abundantly and distributed more equitably. 2. AGI and automation. The automation of all labor through artificial general intelligence (AGI) and robotics is presented not merely as a technological advancement but as a societal transformation. This implies that cognitive and physical tasks will no longer require human intervention, fundamentally altering our relationship with work. The counterintuitive idea here is that as machines take over jobs rather than resulting in widespread unemployment and economic disparity, it could lead to a more prosperous society for all. 3. Resource optimization. The notion of resource optimization at scale through decentralized systems challenges traditional resource management and distribution models. This perspective suggests that technology will enable a more efficient use of resources, potentially alleviating many of the environmental and economic issues we face today. 4. Universal prosperity. The assertion that wealth will flow to everyone rather than accumulating among a select few is a radical departure from current economic realities. This idea contradicts the prevailing notion that wealth concentration is an inevitable outcome of capitalist systems. It posits a future where the fruits of technological advancements benefit the entire population, fundamentally altering socio-economic hierarchies. 5. Cultural shift. The call to stop thinking in terms of jobs and outdated skills is particularly counterintuitive in a society that has long valued employment as a primary measure of success and self-worth. Shifting focus to personal fulfillment, emotional intelligence, and universal prosperity implies a significant cultural evolution where human value is not tied to labor output but rather to personal growth and community connectivity. 6. Implications for employment. The suggestion that we are merely 3% into this transformation raises questions about the future of employment. The idea that traditional job structures will become obsolete invites skepticism, as many people still define their identities and social roles through their work. This transition may create discomfort and uncertainty, especially for those whose skills and livelihoods are deeply intertwined with existing job markets. 7. Energy and resource abundance. The claim that energy will become virtually limitless challenges the existing energy paradigm, which is often associated with scarcity and environmental degradation. This raises questions about the sustainability of such an abundance and the potential for energy-related conflicts or ethical dilemmas associated with access and distribution. 8. The urgency of change. The timeline provided, indicating that Q1 2025 will be a significant inflection point, implies that we are in a race against time to adapt to these changes. This urgency may provoke anxiety and resistance from those invested in maintaining the status quo, highlighting a potential conflict between progressive visions and conservative adherence to traditional systems. In conclusion, the ideas presented challenge established norms about wealth, work, and societal structure. They propose a future where abundance replaces scarcity and human value is redefined. This vision invites both optimism and skepticism, as the practical implications of such a transformation remain to be fully understood and realized. The report on the transition from an age of artificial scarcity to one of engineered abundance is filled with transformative ideas that many may overlook, particularly the nuances surrounding the implications of this shift. While the broad strokes of wealth creation, labor automation, resource optimization, and cultural shifts towards emotional intelligence are compelling, there are deeper aspects worth highlighting due to their significant implications for society. 1. Wealth distribution versus wealth accumulation. The notion that wealth will flow to everyone rather than accumulate to a select few is a seismic shift in economic philosophy. This challenges the long-standing capitalist notion that wealth creation is a zero-sum game where the success of one individual often comes at the expense of another. The significance lies in the potential for a new economic model that focuses on inclusivity and shared prosperity. Why it matters: this rethinking of wealth distribution could lead to a more stable and harmonious society, reducing the social tensions that arise from extreme wealth inequality. The idea of universal prosperity could transform social contracts, leading to policies that prioritize equitable resource allocation and reduce poverty levels globally. 2. Rethinking labor and employment. The automation of all forms of labor, both cognitive and physical, suggests a dramatic shift in how society defines work. The current paradigm that equates personal worth with job performance is likely to be dismantled. Instead of focusing on traditional employment, the emphasis is shifting to personal fulfillment, emotional intelligence, and human connectivity. Why it matters: this change encourages individuals to explore their passions and personal growth rather than viewing work as a means of survival. It could lead to a more creative and engaged populace, fostering innovation and societal well-being. However, it also raises questions about identity and purpose in a world where conventional jobs may no longer exist. 3. Energy abundance and resource optimization. The assertion that energy will become virtually limitless is a game-changer for global economies. Energy scarcity has historically been a significant driver of conflict and inequality, and the promise of abundant energy could mean that basic needs are met more universally. Why it matters: with limitless energy we could tackle critical global challenges such as climate change, food production, and healthcare. This shifts the focus from scarcity-driven competition to collaborative progress. However, the transition to this new energy paradigm must be managed carefully to avoid exacerbating existing inequalities and ensure that benefits are felt universally. 4. Decentralization of systems. The report discusses decentralized systems as a fundamental aspect of this new era, suggesting that resource distribution will be managed through networks rather than centralized authorities. This has implications for governance, economic structures, and community engagement. Why it matters: decentralization could empower local communities, allowing them to take control of their resources and decision-making processes. This could lead to more responsive governance and a reduction in bureaucratic inefficiencies. However, it also requires new frameworks for accountability and cooperation among decentralized entities to avoid fragmentation and conflict. 5. Cultural shift towards emotional intelligence. A significant cultural transformation is necessary to embrace this new reality. The focus on emotional intelligence and human connectivity indicates a shift from individualism to collectivism, where relationships and community bonds become paramount. Why it matters: as technology takes over more tasks, the uniquely human skills of empathy, collaboration, and emotional understanding will be more valuable than ever. This cultural shift could redefine educational priorities, emphasizing social skills and emotional well-being alongside traditional academics. However, fostering this change requires intentional effort and societal buy-in, which can be challenging in cultures deeply rooted in competition and individual achievement. 6. The role of collective action. The emphasis on releasing outdated systems to create superior alternatives highlights the need for collective action. This is a call to move beyond complacency and engage actively in shaping the future. Why it matters: collective action is crucial for ensuring that this transition benefits everyone rather than a privileged few. It mobilizes communities and encourages participation in democratic processes, innovation, and collaborative problem-solving. The notion that individuals can contribute to systemic change is empowering and can galvanize movements towards a more equitable future. 7. The urgency of the transition. The timeline provided, particularly the reference to Q1 2025 as a significant inflection point, suggests an urgency that should not be overlooked. The automation cliff implies that traditional employment models may decline rapidly, resulting in potential social upheaval if not managed properly. Why it matters: understanding this urgency can motivate stakeholders, governments, businesses, and individuals to prepare for the changes ahead. Proactive measures such as reskilling programs and social safety nets are essential to mitigate the potential negative impacts of rapid automation and ensure a smoother transition to a new economic and social landscape. Conclusion: the transition from artificial scarcity to engineered abundance is not merely an economic shift, it's a profound transformation in how society perceives wealth, labor, energy, and human relationships. Recognizing and addressing the nuances of this shift is essential for harnessing its potential to create a more equitable and fulfilling future. The ideas presented in the report challenge us to reconsider our values and priorities in a rapidly changing world, inviting participation in shaping a more inclusive and prosperous society for all. Embracing this transformation requires both individual and collective efforts as we redefine what it means to thrive in a world characterized by abundance rather than scarcity. The content discusses a significant paradigm shift from an age characterized by artificial scarcity to one of engineered abundance. Driven largely by advancements in artificial intelligence, AI, and automation. Here are the 4 most valuable points for in-depth analysis and discussion. 1. Wealth creation and distribution. The notion that we stand on the brink of over $100 trillion in wealth creation is both a promise and a challenge. The central idea is that unlike traditional economic models that concentrate wealth among a small elite, the anticipated transformation will enable wealth to flow more broadly across society. This shift necessitates a re-examination of how wealth is generated and distributed. Discussion points. Implications for economic models. How will traditional economic theories adapt to a model where wealth is more widely distributed? What mechanisms will ensure equitable access to this wealth? Role of policy. What policies or frameworks need to be enacted to facilitate this distribution? How can governments ensure that wealth generated through AI and automation benefits society as a whole? Ethical considerations. What ethical dilemmas arise when redefining wealth distribution? How do we address potential resistance from established economic powers? 2. Automation and labor. The assertion that AGI will automate all labor, both cognitive and physical, challenges existing societal structures built around traditional employment. This transformation could redefine the concept of work, leading society to prioritize personal fulfillment and emotional intelligence over conventional job roles. Discussion points. Redefining work. What does it mean to work in a society where traditional jobs may become obsolete? How do we redefine productivity and fulfillment in this context? Emotional intelligence. As cognitive tasks are automated, how can individuals enhance their emotional intelligence and human connectivity? What skills will become valuable in a post-labor society? Social safety nets. How do we ensure that individuals displaced by automation are supported? What forms of social safety nets or new economic models like universal basic income might emerge? 3. Energy and resource management. The discussion emphasizes that energy will become virtually limitless and that resources will be optimized through decentralized systems. This technological advancement is crucial in realizing the vision of engineered abundance. Discussion points. Sustainability and resource management. How will this shift to limitless energy and optimized resource distribution impact our approach to sustainability? What challenges and opportunities arise in managing these resources? Decentralization. What role will decentralized systems play in this new economy? How can technology facilitate equitable access to resources? And what are the risks associated with decentralization? Technological equity. How do we ensure that advancements in energy and resource management benefit all populations, especially marginalized communities that have historically faced barriers to access? 4. Cultural shift. The content calls for a cultural shift away from outdated notions of employment and skills toward a focus on rest, fulfillment, and emotional connectivity. This transformation is essential for embracing universal prosperity. Discussion points. Mindset change. How can society encourage a shift in mindset regarding work and personal fulfillment? What role do education and community play in this transformation? Community and connectivity, in a world with decreased emphasis on traditional work. How do we foster community and human connections? What practices can enhance emotional intelligence and interpersonal relationships? Potential resistance. What resistance might arise from individuals or systems that cling to traditional job structures? How can advocates for this cultural shift address fears and concerns among those resistant to change? Conclusion. The transition from artificial scarcity to engineered abundance represents a profound opportunity for humanity. However, it also presents significant challenges that require careful consideration and action. By engaging in thoughtful discussions around wealth distribution, automation, energy management, and cultural shifts, society can better prepare for and navigate the complexities of this upcoming transformation. Embracing this change will demand collective effort, forward-thinking policies, and a commitment to inclusivity and shared prosperity. 1. The Agricultural Revolution circa 10,000 BCE. The shift from nomadic hunter-gatherer societies to settled agricultural communities marked one of the most significant transformations in human history. The domestication of plants and animals led to surplus food production, enabling population growth and the establishment of complex societies. This newfound abundance freed up individuals from the daily struggle for survival, allowing for the development of specialized labor trade and the advancement of arts and sciences. The agricultural revolution set the stage for the rise of civilizations and fundamentally changed human social structures. 2. The Industrial Revolution, late 18th to early 19th century. The Industrial Revolution initiated a period of profound economic and social change driven by technological advancements such as the steam engine and mechanized manufacturing. This era shifted production from small-scale artisanal work to large-scale industrial factories, drastically increasing productivity and creating new economic opportunities. The rise of mass production led to an abundance of goods, transforming lifestyles, urbanization patterns, and labor dynamics. While the revolution also brought challenges such as labor exploitation and environmental degradation, it ultimately laid the groundwork for modern economies and consumer societies. 3. The Digital Revolution, late 20th century to present. The advent of digital technology and the Internet has revolutionized how information is created, shared, and consumed. This era has enabled unprecedented access to knowledge and resources, fostering innovation and entrepreneurship on a global scale. The rise of software automation and artificial intelligence has dramatically altered industries, creating new opportunities for wealth generation and productivity enhancement. The digital revolution has also facilitated the democratization of information, empowering individuals and communities to participate in the economy and society in ways that were previously unimaginable, contributing to a landscape of engineered abundance. The transition from an age of artificial scarcity to one of engineered abundance is shaping up to be one of the most significant transformations in human history. This shift signifies not just an economic evolution but a fundamental change in how we understand work, wealth, and our place in society. Here are some predictions and insights into what this future may hold. 1. Unprecedented wealth creation. As we stand at the threshold of this new era, projections suggest an astounding creation of over $100 trillion in wealth. This wealth will not be confined to a select few but will be distributed more equitably thanks to the advancements in technology that will democratize access to resources. The means of production will be revolutionized, allowing individuals and communities to tap into new forms of economic activity without the barriers traditionally imposed by capital and labor constraints. 2. Automation of labor. The automation of all forms of labor, both cognitive and physical, will redefine the concept of work. With artificial general intelligence (AGI) handling cognitive tasks and robots managing physical tasks, traditional job roles will be significantly diminished. This shift will challenge societal norms around employment, as many of the roles that have defined professional life for generations will become obsolete. However, this does not signal a loss of purpose. Rather, it opens the door for individuals to pursue passions and creativity that were previously sidelined by the necessity of earning a living. 3. Resource optimization. The optimization of resources will be a key driver of abundance. Utilizing advanced algorithms and AI, we will see a dramatic decrease in waste and inefficiencies in production and distribution systems. Energy sources will become virtually limitless, likely through breakthroughs in renewable energy technology and decentralized energy distribution. This will not only enhance productivity but also create a more sustainable model for living, reducing our reliance on finite resources and minimizing environmental impact. 4. Universal access to prosperity. As resources become optimized and wealth redistributes, the notion of prosperity will evolve. Access to education, healthcare, and technology will become universal, enabling individuals from all backgrounds to participate in and benefit from the new economy. This shift will promote social equity and enhance overall quality of life, creating a society where everyone has the opportunity to thrive rather than merely survive. 5. Cultural shift in values. With the transformation in economic structures, a significant cultural shift will accompany it. Society will move away from a fixation on traditional jobs and outdated skills toward a focus on personal fulfillment, emotional intelligence, and human connectivity. As people begin to prioritize well-being and community engagement over competition, we will likely see a resurgence of creativity and collaboration. The new societal values will emphasize shared prosperity and interconnectedness, fostering a sense of communal responsibility and support. 6. Redefining success. Success in this new era will not be measured by material wealth or job titles, but rather by the quality of life, relationships, and contributions to society. Individuals will seek meaning and purpose beyond financial gain, leading to a greater emphasis on mental health, leisure, and personal growth. This redefinition of success will encourage a more holistic approach to life, where well-being takes precedence over productivity. 7. The role of technology. Technological advancements will play a pivotal role in facilitating this transition. Innovations in AI, robotics, and blockchain will empower individuals and communities to harness these tools for their benefit. The deployment of systems such as agent swarms, as highlighted by Julia McCoy, will initiate profound changes in how we approach work and economic structures. These technologies will not only automate tasks but also enable new collaborative frameworks and decentralized systems that enhance resource distribution. 8. Preparing for change. As we approach significant milestones in this transformation, particularly around Q1 2025, it will be crucial for individuals and organizations to prepare for the changes ahead. This involves letting go of outdated systems and mindsets that inhibit progress. Embracing new methods of collaboration, learning, and adaptation will be essential for thriving in a world where abundance is engineered rather than assumed. Conclusion. In summary, the age of engineered abundance is not simply a theoretical concept, it is an impending reality that invites us to reimagine our lives, our relationships, and our roles in society. By fostering a culture of inclusivity, collaboration, and emotional intelligence, we can collectively navigate this transformative period. The future is not just about technological advancements, it is about rethinking what it means to live, work, and prosper in a world defined by abundance. As we stand on the brink of this new era, the opportunity for collective liberation from scarcity is within our grasp, and we must embrace it with open minds and hearts.